Hi, good morning. Welcome to the first meeting for 2022. And I'd like to, first off, we have a quorum of the board. Barb will be a little bit late today. She had some personal things going on, but she's hoping to be here before the end of the meeting. And first off, I'd like to introduce the new board. I am Lynn Kellas. I'm the 2022 president for the Clay Club. Next to me is Debbie Wentz, and she is the second VP. On my other side is Gloria Berensini. She's first VP, and and then Norma Lindsay, and she's our secretary. Barb Sloan is the treasurer. Okay, the first item we had on our agenda today was to approve the minutes of December. Of course, we didn't have a meeting in December, so there are no minutes to approve.
Yeah, there was a board meeting in December. A board meeting, but not a general meeting.
Thank you.
They should be posted over at the other side.
And I did review those. Now that you, thank you for that correction.
I'm sorry.
I do remember, nope, that's what I want you to do. I do remember that you sent those to me, that I do have a copy of them. I don't know if you had time to read them. We're ready to approve those. Any objections? You did?
No.
Okay. No objection? Approved?
I approve.
Second approved. Okay. Thank you, Marty.
You can tell I read your agenda really close.
Thank you.
My apologies.
Okay, treasurer's report hopefully will be coming later on in the meeting. We'll put it down on unfinished, along with unfinished business right at the end, so Barb can talk about that. So the first up, I would like to have committee reports. First would be membership. Lori, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Just that we'll start our membership on January 10th.
Right.
Through February 14th.
I did February 11th because that was a Friday.
Okay, so the 11th. And the membership fee will be $30.
Correct?
And the locker fee will be $10. And that's it right now.
Okay. Do you have a question?
No, but I would like to make a comment on membership, that when they fill out those forms, please be sure that they check the telephone numbers. I have had more telephone numbers in my list that don't exist, and they have cell phones and they're not in there.
Okay.
So I think that's very important that we make a note of that when we fill out those forms, that those are filled out properly.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
We are taking some measures that might help with that.
Good.
Already, hopefully they'll be in play by the 10th, and we will make a reminder of that.
Thank you.
I do have some more stuff in the membership.
Okay. And do you have more under membership?
As Lori said, we're going to start new membership renewals on Monday the 10th, and I thought we could run them through Friday, February 11th. That gives us 5 weeks, and then after that date, there will be a $5 late fee assessed for renewals. And we are going to do renewals a little bit differently this year. There's 3 different ways you can do it. You can come into the club and sign onto the computer directly, and then put your checks into envelopes into the locked white box on the counter. And I think, Mary Ann, this will alleviate a little bit of the issues that people have had with us not being able to read writing, you know, all the illegible writing we get once it's on the computer. If you've already signed in on the computer and you're a member of the club, it's automatically gonna populate. So the members can just go in and look and go, no, that's wrong, change
That's the
it.
problem.
Yeah,
And it'll be right there in
it'll
front
be
of
right
you,
there on the
easy.
screen.
Okay, thank you.
So that you can do that. If the board wants, Merle said she could set up times for us on Sign Up Genius to come in and sign up for signing up for renewal membership if people feel like they need help on the computer. Or you can print out your registration form I'm gonna get with Jude and we'll be sending that out via, the Mud Times. So you can print it out, fill out your check and send it in snail mail. Or if you're here in Sun City West and you're not and you want to print out your paper at home, or we can have some here, you can fill out the paper one here with your check, and then Lori and I can get it inputted into the computer. I'm hoping that we can get a lot of people come into the club and just do it right on the computer. Then it just automatically will go to our database. Thank you.
Anything else?
Not right now.
Okay. Education, Michelle, do you have something to share?
Yes, I'll start with the Stephen Hill Glazes class. The last board Mike and Kay presented to the last board, and then after that, education, the Kiln committee, Odette and Georgie, and then Linda Johnson, we all met with Mike and Kay, I think maybe 2 or 3 times, going over what is the class gonna involve, how's it gonna work. We had several concerns, and they addressed all those concerns over the course of these meetings. And then they gave us the prices for the glazes so we could know how to budget the class. We talked about the safety of mixing the glazes and who was gonna be in the glaze room, what were they wearing for safety and things like that. And Lynn and I talked about that a little bit more today, and with Kay again. And my main concern was the kiln, and after Georgie heard what they wanted to do and she did her own research, she had no concerns except for our immediate concern of no elements for the kiln. So when a couple of months from now it comes time for them to do their first firing, if we still have an element issue, we may postpone that first firing. So we'll just kind of see at that time, but we're going to be kind of monitoring this class. Arlie and I talked about it and decided to approve it based on all these concerns being met and making sure that it's always a class, not that it's going to be kind of used personally for personal gain, but that it's open to everyone and things like that. And I'm excited about it. The glazes are beautiful, and I think it'll add something new to what we offer. Any questions about that? Yeah.
Are these glazes that are used in our kilns here at club, or are they raku glazes?
No, they are chemicals that we have in our club, but they'll be mixing those glazes.
Okay.
But they're chemicals that we apparently already have, and then as we deplete those, we're charging the member fee, kind of like raku, and that money goes straight to buying more glazes, because Kay is not taking a fee for the class. So that kind of replenishes eventually.
And where are you storing these glazes? Do they have a special place?
Yeah, we have lockers in the Dickley studio that we put locks on, thanks to Lynn, for those glazes. So once they get mixed, they'll be stored there. And and today, that's right, Kay and I tested the size of the jars and stuff, and they fit perfect in the kiln. I mean, in the lockers. So.
Glazes fit in the jars? That's good. That's a positive.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, this would be set up like a class, and you would come in and bring your item, and you would use these new glazes, and then they would go into our regular kilns when all this comes together.
Yes, except it won't go into like the regular kiln, like Georgie and Odette and all the rest of the kiln committee is.
But
Loaded.
they'll use one kiln,
Yes.
a regular electric kiln.
Yes.
Okay. I just never heard of these glazes before, so.
It was the first thing, this is the first time I'm hearing,
Yeah.
of course I have been away, so
Um,
been out for a while.
It sounds exciting.
They'll be using a kiln outside.
Okay.
And they'll be coordinating with the kiln committee
Okay.
and making sure that it's available that day. Yeah.
Who is this Steve Hill? Does he belong to the club?
No, he's a professional potter. And both Mike and Kay are taking classes from him, so.
Mike and Kay.
Mike Bremison, Kay.
K8.
Kay.
Oh, okay. I didn't have to go any further.
If anybody can say it, go for it.
Give me time.
Linda Johnson's good with what you guys are doing in the glaze room.
I mean, she still has concerns because of the safety and having that many people, but there's not gonna be that many people in the glaze room, one at a time with Kay.
Is Clay certified with Linda to do glazes?
I assume so, because
Okay.
she's been mixing glazes before, so.
Okay, I just didn't want any toes stepped on with Linda in her glaze room.
There are special chemicals it's special chemicals in these glazes?
The chemicals are in the glaze room, and I don't know enough about mixing glazes. Mike gave us the recipes, Mike Brunson gave us the recipes for these glazes, and we apparently have all the chemicals already.
Okay, because when I order for Linda, I know I'm ordering special chemicals.
We probably need to make it clear then.
I think I need to make a meeting with Linda.
Yeah, and when you have to reorder these need to be maybe specifically for that.
Separately for.
So we kinda know.
This type of glazing, so 2 separate orders for this type of glazing and as far as what we normally order.
I think that you'll find most of them we do have. There are some special chemicals, and I think that would be probably beneficial if you would work with Linda and find that out, and just let Michelle know so that she can adjust accordingly to whatever
I have
cost
to know
will
what I'm
be.
doing.
Yes, you do.
This is all,
And we'll
This is
talk
new.
to Mike and Kay also, since I'm not familiar with what the chemicals
okay,
are.
okay.
I've never mixed glazes or anything
I
like that.
just don't wanna step on anybody's toes and go
Exactly.
in without knowing what you're talking about.
And Michelle has clarified this morning that it's not going to be, okay, now I took the class and Kay went in with me and we mixed the chemicals. Now that lets me go in and mix my own chemicals. No, it isn't. There will always be Kay, one person mixing chemicals. They'll have the appropriate masks and gloves to meet safety requirements.
And part of their fee for the class was gonna go back to replenish the chemicals they use to make the glaze, right?
All
All of it. Okay, excellent. Good call.
Okay, then, we're back to, education is requesting a second television. The first television up in the front of the room has been very popular, and students have thanked us for having that. But I've done some sort of informal surveys when we've had some of our really big classes, and a second television on that second wall would be really helpful for the people who are sitting in the back. Or when we do mud moments and we have maybe 40 people in the classroom, watching somebody way over at the other side of the room. So we're requesting that again. And I gave you the prices, and at the moment, the 55-inch television is still on sale for $329.
And where is that?
It's at Best Buy. And Arlie researched the wall mount, and Amazon had a better price than Best Buy.
Okay.
So that's what we listed there,
And what was that price?
$105. And the television is $329.99 at the moment, though if we don't get it on sale, it's $499.99, which is the same price it was last year, so when we requested the TV then, so that's good that it hasn't gone up, maybe even less. And then we're also requesting, we've looked into options to cut down on the glare of the first television. When Margie was president, we looked into lighting, fixing the lighting, but that was just astronomical, several $1,000s to do some sort of adjustment in the lighting. So Arlie looked into putting a film, like how they put black things on your windows to tint the windows, so similar to that. And we measured the TV and got a quote from a company called Glare Stopper for $94.75. So we have a request in for those 3 things. I'm not sure what else I need to tell you? Any questions?
Any questions?
Oh, one thing I might add, and you may still need the glare, but as far as I understand, Tim and his group is still looking at doing some, directional lighting in the room to cut down the glare. What we had initially asked them for was a way to put dimmers in that room.
Yes.
Those lights, it's real expensive, can't
Okay.
do it.
Yeah.
That was the $2,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Tim's group might still be looking at those directional lights. Now, whether or not that'll fix the whole problem, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you might check with Tim and make sure that there's no need for any kind of a CR12 or anything like that to be filed, because I've not filed one on that lighting, but they've been working on it for some time, so it wasn't a high priority.
Thank you for that, Margie. We'll check with Tim and see if he thinks that that's still doable and within that price range. If we can get the glare screen for $95 and it's gonna cost us more than that to do the lighting, then obviously we'll do that.
Well, I don't
But
know,
we'll
there
have
was
that
two
communication.
styles of lighting they were working at. They were looking at canned lighting that would directionally put lighting down on the tables, or like I forget what you call it, but where you put it on a bar and the lights move back and
track
forth.
lighting,
Track
yes,
lighting, thank
yeah.
you.
That's actually a good idea, if you would just loosen the
Yeah,
bulbs
because
and
then-
the ones by the TV set, put.
Well, the thought was then if you were using that TV, it'd go, you could set the track lighting accordingly if you were using the one in the front, so, but I don't know where that project is, I'm sorry.
So I would think that we should probably keep those as two separate issues, the glare screen versus the TV and the wall bracket. And I don't have any problem with that. I'd like to make a motion, or do I hear a motion to accept that, the TV and the wall bracket?
I so move.
Who made the motion? I'll make the motion to accept the TV and the wall bracket.
Okay, a second?
I second the TV and the wall bracket.
Right, and then we'll research a little bit more,
Great, perfect.
just to make sure that
Before
he
we,
doesn't have a better setup, because that sounds pretty darn good, if he can do that.
Well, this is a good time, because we have all the mud moments and all the seasonal residents are back. So, good time to have that other TV up and going, and then we'll get the appropriate forms over to Tim to get them hung. Get the
And that was a
TV hung.
CR-15? CR-15?
I
think so.
Tim,
I'll
we
double
don't-
check.
think it's a 10, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'll check with Tim.
They probably needed to make those
It's
easier.
a CR14, I think. No, that's the schedule.
That's
I'm
the-
sorry, it's a CR form.
Okay, we'll get it. Okay, anything else for membership, or from education?
nope, I don't think so.
Good. Okay, procurement, Miriam?
Not much, of course, we're having a problem getting glazes.
Oh, we
And I
are.
did send out
Okay.
an email, because I have some glazes that some components have been on order since September. And Marjan is having a problem getting, Amico to fill those, because Amico is having problems getting the proper mixtures. And I should have an order on Redstone here next Thursday. I talked to Kat yesterday, and it should be in on Friday, but I make no promises to anyone.
Okay,
And there's nothing we can possibly do about some of the things that people, the members are insistent that we handle, which is the redstone. I have brought stuff in, too many issues. When you're stuck on one clay, it's hard to change their minds. And I did at one time, I will tell you, I did at one time order 2,000 pounds of redstone. I'll never do that again.
okay.
Because of situations that happen, and I don't want clay sitting here in this studio for 6 months, because I get enough people who say, clay is hard, the clay is hard. Well, there's nothing that I can do about it, but you can do something for yourself by just taking a terry cloth wet cloth, put it in the bag, and within 2 days it'll be fine. But, situations all around the world are difficult, and Marjan is having as much problem as we are trying to fulfill promises. So that's about it. Thank you for the key. I hope I don't lose it. I may put it someplace, but, otherwise, everything else is just, pretty good.
So since we're having trouble with getting some of the glazes, do we need to stop having people take glazes home with them?
I think that's what, there was a little, somebody sent out an
I
email,
believe so.
and,
So,
Maybe we should let the monitors know that people,
Yeah.
at this point, because of the shortage, that we
well,
cannot.
I think that has to be put out there before they take the glaze, before they
Yeah.
go and fill that one cup.
Yeah, and obviously, it needs to be repeated if it was put out there before.
that'll be something, Jude, probably that we need you to put in there. Thank you, sweetie.
Anything else on procurement?
I don't think so, otherwise, tools are fine. Everything, as far as I can see, is going well.
Any questions? Okay. Then we'll move on to social with Jude.
Or publicity,
I'm sorry.
You can do social too if you want.
I kind of made an error there. Publicity.
I do I'm gonna do the publicity for the club, and that includes the mud times. And I'm Jude Hogeball, in case you don't know. There are many different lead times for publications that are totally out of our control. Mud times is not one of them. If you want something, committee chair people can submit articles that they wanna go into the mud times. And it's gonna come out once a month is the plan right now. You can submit it to me, but I need it the Friday before our publication date. And right now, the publication date, we are hoping that the first issue will come out on the second Tuesday of the month. That's our goal. I don't know if we're gonna make it this month or not, but in the future we should. Just so you know, I will rewrite articles for clarity and space as needed. And there are some things I don't know. I don't know if I can use the format that I was planning to do the limitations with the email, but I will know over the weekend. So this is a mock-up of my first Mud Times plan. Everyone will have a dedicated space, every committee. It can be named anything you want, any font can be changed, any color can be changed, everything is changeable. If you don't like something, you tell me. That's the bottom line. And this is the instrument for the board only. This is not for members to put articles in. This is for the board. This is how the board wants to communicate with you. For the first issue, if you want a letter from the board in the first issue, I will need that as soon as you can get it to me. Membership information, I think that's been clarified today. Education, and if you have a format that you want to use. I have something in mind, but if you guys have something else, let me know. And I'm always looking for other ideas. If you have an idea, don't hesitate to share. I'm not the owner of this. I'm just the person who's going to try to implement what you want. I'm always looking for great ideas. I also do the Sun City West News Club Corner article. That one's got the long lead time. It has to be submitted to me, and I have this written down for you. I have everything in a sheet of paper for you. By the Tuesday preceding the first Friday of every month.
Can I have that, please?
Oh my goodness.
I actually wrote this down.
I want you to say that 3 times.
Information for the February issue of the Sun City News was due to me yesterday.
Oh, well, I guess there's nothing in it.
So, well, no, but I can accommodate it, because I actually have now until Friday noon. If there's something you want in there, let me know. Independent, if you want something in the independent newspaper, a special event, something unique going on, you wanna share, that can go in the independent, and that can just be the week before publication, that's an easy one. Emails to membership, I would like 24 hours notice if possible, but in an emergency, I'm hoping I will learn within the next 48 hours how to do this, so I do that. This is a special program, and like I said, I'm gonna work to see if I can make it work for the club, because this is what I wanted, this is what I really want to do. Well, in another bit of news, there will be coming out, I assume by the end of the month, if not sooner, a radio spot, a public service announcement on the radio station in Sun City West, the KSCW. I submitted information in December, and they are putting together the announcement. I gave them all kinds of information to use and told them that there were actually people they could interview, so if they ever wanted to do a spot, there's people to call. And this came out of the previous board. This was recommended by Margie and their board. And please note, we cannot advertise any specific events. This is just a general, this is the Sun City West Clay Club, and this is when they meet, this is what they do, blah, 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 blah. We are supposed to promote KSCW in our publications and in the club to let people know that we're on the radio. I don't know how long they'll do it. I may have to review it every 3 or 4 months and submit it, and they will run it as long as they have time. So if you are a committee chairperson, I will make sure you have one of these. If you are a person who needs to send me information, my email is on here and you can send it to me. Oh, one more thing, the Mud News, everything goes through Deb Wendt. I write, I put it together, she approves. So, so there's no, I don't know what, funny business? I'm a funny person.
We don't want, no offense, but we don't want pictures of her grandchildren and.
Yeah, can't put your dog in there.
Gee,
Can I ask you a quick question?
you sure can.
I didn't hear you mention, the rec center news that Katie O'Grady puts together. Anything we wanna put in there to highlight anything going on in the club, any specific artists or anything has to be in to Katie O'Grady the first Friday of every month.
That's
So that would go on to the rec center Facebook page, the rec center,
I send an article to the rec center news. There's also the e-news, which is something new.
yeah, and that has
The
to be.
e-news, that has to be in, I would need that like on a Tuesday before it goes in on the following Wednesday. But I can do that too.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Oh.
and it goes to, Katie O'Grady,
Great.
oversees that.
I do have a couple of questions, like to Michelle or anybody else out here. I've noticed in some of the papers when I read, for example, independent paper, that we really don't have much in there for the Clay Club. And I have seen so many other clubs, so I didn't know if maybe you wanted to put out, I know we can't advertise, I don't know if we can we comment that we have an outside person come in or not? I don't know those rules. I think we need to know. But inside training, maybe we could say, oh, we're gonna have these classes, so the people who are already members at least know that those classes are
We at
coming
one
up.
time had all
Or
of that.
something, did it?
We
Okay.
had a very good publicist, and was it not Kay, I can't think of her last name. She was the one that did all of the independent, all of the, monthly newsletters.
And
She did
That's
it
been a
all.
while ago.
Oh, yes.
And
it's been a
I
while.
understand this month is
It's been a
probably
while.
kind of a wash, you know, it's not likely we're gonna be able to hit all these.
But we're not even gonna advertise the February classes in the Sun City West News. They're already full.
Oh my gosh.
They're already full.
Yeah.
So there's no
There's none.
point in advertising
Right.
unless you want to say, this is what we had on, had going.
We need something in there, and if it's just, oh, we're currently doing these classes, and then,
They're
or
full at the
whatever.
And that's
time,
kind of
but
what
watch
we've
for
been
new
doing.
classes.
I've been giving information like that to
Yeah,
Jude.
we've been doing
We
that.
can kind of
Perfect.
list what we're doing, but we don't want to get people excited to sign up
Right.
with
I-
prices and dates and things like that.
Even if you say, oh, we just finished a class on this, and since
Yeah,
it
we
was,
could do
we have
things
many
like
other
that,
new ones
yeah.
coming up. Just something, just a little note so the public knows we're here.
Can you submit pictures, is that to the independent as well, Jude? That might be fun, you guys, some of your new
Yeah.
classes
Look
to,
what we created.
yeah,
Yeah,
new members, excitement.
Yeah, maybe a special article on just the numbers.
yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah, because you guys just had a 10-member class go through, that might be kind of fun.
That will never happen again, I hear. Or never.
And only because it just killed the Kiln people. And
And the
rolling out
instructors.
clay, it made everything, we got behind, and then we'd have to hurry up and make something up, because there's just too many people using the slab rollers, 10 people all at once, it was just way too much.
I thought we never took 10 people anymore.
We had 2
We
teachers,
don't.
we were doing a dual class.
Try it,
To
try
try,
it.
an experiment.
Not a good trial.
And thank goodness, everybody in that class was fantastic. Those ladies, we got 10 good ones, I see 6 of them out here all the time already.
Yeah.
So, they were a good class to do this with, but, just because of supplies and we didn't have enough hump bowls to do, we're not set up for 10 people.
Jude, do you have anything else to add?
No, that's it.
Okay, Deb? Did you
I
have
guess I
anything
do one more thing.
else?
The radio station appreciates donations. It is not required for a PSA, but they do appreciate them. I just thought I'd throw that out
Or
there.
you can use Amazon and use the radio station as they, for anything I buy, they get a portion of that money.
Yeah,
And that, it's been forever.
I don't think we're allowed to pay them. to get
No, but
free
you
money.
can use them on Amazon
Uh-huh.
and they get a portion of whatever I purchase, has been like
We
that.
need to get that information back to the club, so the club knows how to do that. If you ask Gary Cohen at the radio station, he'll give you that information.
It's not a lot. But
Maybe
it's
someday it adds up, but.
yeah, it's been doing that for many years, ever since I've been on Amazon. Because I was part of the radio station.
Next, Kilns. Do you, let's see, Georgie. Yeah. Anything on Kilns? Do you have anything?
No, that's their spot.
Okay. All right. Next is Quorum.
Laura. Barb talked about our firing stickers at our last meeting, and I called them yesterday. We have stickers, and they will be printed up Friday, and I will pick them up next week. So we're not in short of firing stickers.
Good news. So that'll be this Friday.
And that's it.
Okay, and yeah, membership updates.
I sent out with Janet Smith's help, the, people that were negligent on their, painting their lockers. We pretty much decided last year was kinda iffy, so the people that got, those 19 people that got an email, it was because they, not that they didn't have their 24 visits in, it's that they didn't have any monitoring or service time to the club. So if you had, 35 locker or club visits, but no monitoring, you're gonna lose your locker. That's not fair to the people that have come in and worked and done their time. So we will be getting more lockers, Lori. I have not heard back from some of these people, so I'm sure that will be fun for me to get some of those emails. And I did mention in the email to them that when they come back, if they want their locker back, they need to get their 16 service hours of time done, and then they can get back on the locker list. Linda Connell's done an amazing job to update our software on the computer. We're now going to start a new thing of tracking time when you do your service hours to the club. And there's a little icon on the computer that I will get with all the board members and committee chairs to show you how to do it. It's easy. You scan your card. It's got a drop-down menu of what service you're providing, whether you're doing kiln duty, glaze duty, cleaning duty, etc. You clock in when you start your job, and you clock out when you finish your job. And it's all going to be tracked on the computer. It'll be wonderful, and it's going to let us know what areas of the club we need some extra time to have people work, or stuff that's just way overdone. I think it's going to be really good, and it's going to be fair to everybody in the club. New membership's going to be great, as we talked about a little bit before. Renewal membership. There's another little icon for you education gals. There's a little icon on the big computer for new members, so when you guys are having your new members come into the club, don't worry about signing them up on paper, just take them one at a time over to the computer, and that way we're hoping to get rid of a lot of the incorrect emails, the incorrect phone numbers, and all that stuff. So that should be, it's really easy, you guys, and so anybody that says it's not, sorry, if you can dial a phone, you can pretty much do that. I'm going to be working on cleaning up the monitor station. We have a lot of clutter around there. We got some new bags for the firing stickers and the money. Merle is working on this fabulous PowerPoint for the monitors, from opening the door to locking up the door at night. It is just detailed to the max. She has a ton of pictures. It's going to be sent out. All the monitors right now, when they, excuse me, when they get an email that they're monitoring in the next day or two, I forget, and that's going to be included in that email to them. So if they have questions, they can just click on that and refresh themselves. And we will also have it printed out here at the club for a refresher, or they can go on YouTube and watch it as well. So she should be finishing that up in the next few days.
Deb?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be getting an email about monitoring instead of us having to call?
We're still going to call too.
We still are, okay.
Yeah, I think we'll still call too, and we have a call log, so we know on that. Membership, as we've talked, membership fees are staying the same, $30 for club membership and $10 for locker fees, and they can be done in one check, Barb, so you don't have too many checks going. Oh, we're raising, for education, we are gonna be raising beginning hand building class fees to $135, up from $125. We've had a cost of glazes go up, we've had a cost of clay go up, name badges have gone up, and then $5 of that fee goes to just education fees, like your brushes, your pencils, and that kind of stuff. So that will be a new fee starting now.
We have to take a vote.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so do I hear a motion to move the new membership fees to $135, starting now?
I'll make a motion.
I second. Thank you. And thank you to Lori Bunn, our new membership locker chairman.
Yeah.
And Lori and I went and had training last week with Linda Connell on the computer, and it's clear as mud.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sure.
Linda's there, so.
Yeah, but we're
It
good.
will be though, it will be clear as
Yeah,
mud.
we're good, I think. So I think that's it for that.
I have a question. Are you going to remove that computer, the screen that we're no longer using?
We're going to be using it.
We're gonna use it.
Okay, because they took down one of my rollers, because I was told that we had 2 sets of rollers for the clay. And it was
Rollers.
the slide rollers.
The carts.
Oh, the carts for the.
Oh, the
carts.
carts,
Okay.
okay.
Well, they took it down and stuck it in a room back, evidently in the back, because after all this time, I was told people were tripping on it. And, yeah, well, I need that back. And I understand, but I have no other place to put the clay. and that's where it goes. So, I mean, if people can't just reach over. but
We'll,
that roll
We'll
back.
figure out where.
We'll go out and take a look at that.
And then
Okay,
comes
but it's
somewhere
in the
without
back
being
room,
solved.
I was told it was put in the back,
Okay.
and I just left
Do you
it.
have a cart that's just specifically for you?
There's cards,
No,
that's,
these are-
it's
okay.
like one of the,
It's
it's like
One of the
it's
rolling,
the
one of
cards
the little
that they
flat
Things when
cards.
you need to get stuff out of your
The
locker.
ones
No.
we had.
Oh, no, this-
No,
okay.
And it
I
has
have
nothing to
no
do with
idea
it.
then.
Well, the monitor station is so full.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that we need the new monitor station. But you have a computer screen here and you have a computer screen here. I have Clay here and I had Clay right here. All you gotta do is just scan it this way.
Well,
Well,
definitely.
we just need
We'll figure it out.
We just need to put that table back the way it was before over it, so people don't trip. So you have,
People weren't tripping on it.
well, I know.
It was somebody's.
It's easy to solve.
Okay,
We'll
let's,
solve it.
let's,
Okay, we'll solve
Just
it.
get it out of the back.
Move forward.
You
We'll
need your
figure-
card back.
we'll
Yes.
figure out a way to get your cart back,
Yeah.
where to put it, and we might
Right
even
with the
consider moving the
So we're
monitor
going
to
to have
another
it-
Yeah,
location.
we'll move the monitor.
Two monitors.
We need the second monitor, that is where you'll be signing up for new membership as well as renews.
Oh, okay, all right,
So,
okay, thank you
It
very
is
much.
a possibility that may be moved.
Well, eventually, hopefully, when the new counter's put in.
Well,
Yes.
hopefully before
That
then.
would be great.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out, especially this next month with new,
People-
new registrations.
You're doing
We'll
it.
figure something out for you.
Okay, thank you.
And then, Debbie, the monitor training video, is that gonna be accessible with a link on the website also? Okay.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube, I think Merle said.
But I mean, like, we can go to the
Right,
website,
Arlie?
Yes.
Okay,
we can go to the website and click on it, just to tell the new members.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And we'll get all that info to you too, Jude, about all that.
Okay, anything else for membership? I think I had new business down here in membership, but I think you covered all that anyway.
Okay.
With the 135. Okay, next up is Barb.
I'm sorry I'm late, but my calendar, when I was in California, didn't click back, so I was a whole hour off. It changed the meeting to 1 o'clock instead of 12 o'clock, and I thought I was doing great, I was gonna be here by 12:30. Not, anyway, I am here now, so we'll talk about, first of all, we'll talk about the most current financials that we received. We received the balance sheet for November, so they're still working on December. As of November, current, total bank account assets are $75,849.87. That's $14,133.77 in checking. Equipment savings is $39,213.44, and then operating savings is $22,502.69. Our total current assets, are, to include other current assets, and I don't have a list of what all those are, is $86,123.71. I did get an email from Shar, and she is working on December's, and also, the 1099s for 2021. We both are supposed to be at she's supposed to be at it, and then I go, as well, for information for, past year's treasurers and incoming treasurers on what the rec center is expecting us to do with 990s and all that kind of stuff, and that starts at 1 o'clock. So that one I'm clear on. Another thing is I would like to, this balance sheet needs to be posted in the club, so you have some extra copies. It needs to be posted where the minutes are posted as you go in the door. Deb knows where it goes. So post that there until we get the other ones. I would like to make two proposals. The first proposal is we do our board meeting the first week of the month and the general membership meeting the next week of the month. We never have financials ready in time, even though I can pull down within the first day of the month the closing statement from the prior month to start the financials. So we're always going to be a month behind reporting financial statements. one of the solutions that Cliff and Pete Finelli at the rec center say is change your meeting, roll it a week. Roll it a week or roll it till sometime after the 15th for your board meeting and then your general membership meeting after that, so that you have current financials, so we're not historically behind. I think my first year here, we were 2 to 3 months behind on financials, then we got them up to a month behind. Sandra was always a month behind. We've been floating about 2 months behind in 2021. So we need to fix this because it's really difficult for the club to have an accurate picture of what's going on financially in the club. And so I would like to make a proposal or make a motion before the board to change the date. Don't worry about the time, I'll figure that out. To a later date in the month. I don't have a problem with the time, and we probably will need to check with Tim as well. If not, we're gonna historically be behind. There's no way around it. No, well, you have to do, you would have to do.
You can't change the general meeting, because you have to set that up a whole year ahead of time.
It's already set up, but if we had the general meeting is always the second Thursday, so I don't know, board, if we want to consider the back-to-back meetings. Some clubs do it that way, so you have a Wednesday, Thursday type thing. We should have the financials by then. That gives us at least 10 days to get the financial reports done. It will be a lot less work because we're not dealing with sales from the village store and all that kind of stuff, but financials are still a pain in the tush unless you can electronically pull down the statements from the bank, and we set that up.
So is that something that we can just take a look at and take aside and set it up with the rec center? Do we actually have to take a motion on it?
Well, the board has to vote on it, has to.
How's that gonna affect if we move our meetings like to the Wednesday before the general meeting? Does that give us enough time to get our work done or what we need for the general meeting? Do you guys think? That's a good point.
Could we hold it on a different day?
Can we hold it
Tuesday
like
and then have the meeting on
Tuesdays?
Thursday?
Well, you gotta change this, we'll have to change this
Yeah,
one
we'll have to
as
see
well
about this one.
Right,
with Tim.
that's the way, everything is pending.
I
There's a
know.
lot of moving parts.
I know, but I didn't realize that it was an issue until we saw when the meeting was and when you actually get access to financials. So like, we would have gotten access electronically to bank statements on January 1.
No, I understand the issue, and it is a big issue, and I know that Margie dealt with that when she was in as well. And that is a good resolution to it. I think we have a lot of moving parts that we need to see if we can even do it, or how to do it.
So we would table this. You can table this motion.
Can we give it a month and check on all the moving parts and then bring it up
Okay,
next month?
so
and then do
let's
it?
make a motion that we,
No, you table the motion.
let's table the motion, and we'll take a look at it next month.
Okay,
And in the meantime, I can check with Jan and Mona and see when this room might be available.
okay,
Okay?
okay.
Okay.
All right, one last motion I would like to put out is that we nominate Sandra Duncan. She's a past treasurer, and she has agreed to be the assistant treasurer. Per the Clay Club bylaws, every one of these positions up here, except for president, can have an assistant. And Sandra has agreed to help with the QuickBooks transition, the QuickBooks. If we were to go to payment online, she's very well versed on that, and she'll help us with all the tax forms that are necessary that the club has to produce. She is a CPA. I'm not a CPA. I'm a finance person. She will spend this year teaching me how to do it, and if I decide after this year I want to do it again, then I will have been duly trained. So I would like to propose, someone will have to make a motion to do that, and that's a board decision.
I make a motion that we elect Sandra Duncan to be our assistant treasurer for the year of 2022.
I second.
Everybody has to,
Oh,
everybody has to vote on
Do
it.
we all
Yes.
vote A?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Unanimous.
unanimous. All right, I'm done.
Learning the ropes.
I'm done.
Okay. And do we have any general comments? Anybody like to,
Oh, I have new business.
you do have new business. I apologize. New business.
That's okay. A lot of new business. First of all, I had an email from somebody, about displaying in the library. So I've been in contact with Karen Hurd, and we are doing the display cases at the library for the month of April. So I thought since Glora's totem project at Kilns was canceled, it might be fun. It might be fun to do some sort of maybe a reading book thing that we could do in our club as a group for the display case if we want to, or we can just take people's pieces and they can donate them. So we'll put our thinking caps on that. Gloria wasn't listening, so I'll get with her later.
Yeah.
Joel from the Auto Restoration Club was in contact with me a little bit ago, and I saw him again yesterday. And they're having a big car show on February 12th, and he wanted to know if we could donate a few items for their raffle that they have. So I'll get with you, Jude, too, on that to get some information out to members.
And they came in too at one point and asked Lynn and I if we're one of their stops on their little car rally thing here on the 12th at 10 o'clock. So we need somebody here to, I said I would, stamp people's cards when they came in,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
What day is February 12th? What,
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
So are we good, you guys donating, do you think something to their club? We can just put a general thing out to club members to donate something.
We've done it
For the
before, I'm
raffle.
sure some of our people will donate items.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of stuff.
We just have to get it out to the general body.
Also, last month at your board meeting that we didn't read those minutes, we had a gal from the garden club come in, so we need to get together on that and talk about that and see what, maybe some more specifics that they want, so we could help them out. And social committee, we're meeting on Friday, and our first social event is on February 24th in Kuntz Courtyard. So more details to come after I meet with my committee on Friday. And that's all I have on that.
And what day is the 24th? What day is it? Where you guys keep the dates, just give the.
It's usually on Thursday night, isn't it? That we do
It's a
our
Thursday.
wine and,
It's a Thursday.
Would be nice if we had the name of the week.
Yeah, Thursday, the 24th.
We probably should
Of
get
February.
that posted also out on our
Yeah.
bulletin board. I think it needs some updating.
Yeah. You think? Yeah, the bulletin board needs updating.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
We'll get that. I've had a little trouble with my social team. Nobody wants to raise their hand to be the big kahuna. So we'll see how that goes on Friday.
Cross draws.
I'll bribe them.
Any other new business? Okay, general comments. Margie?
Just as an update, everybody knows that we've been working on tax issues with the IRS. We were presented a bill from the IRS for 2020 because our filing was filed incorrect, quite candidly. And so we refiled an amended 990 as a 501c7. The good news is we have in writing from the IRS, we are a certified 501c7 status. That's not a problem. I talked to the IRS this morning again, and there was another question about our 2019 filing, because when the 2020 was filed as a public foundation, which it should have never been, then it triggered a question about 2019. Well, they're telling me the 2019 matter is done. The only thing that's still outstanding is to get all the paperwork put together that we do not owe these taxes for 2020. Because we are a 501c7, I don't see any way we'll owe these taxes as a public foundation. So I think that'll be wiped out. They did extend for another 9 weeks the collection process on that. So that's where we are now. I'm to call back in 7.5 or 8 weeks to make sure that they've now got the paperwork all together. They will not give us in writing this collection extension that they keep giving us. I've been asking for in writing. They don't do that. They just take care of it that way. And so to me, it looks like a very positive action. We are a 501c7, and moving forward, we've been instructed you must file electronically a 990 and make sure whoever signs off on it is making sure that they're signing off that we're filing it correctly. So it's a 501c7, and I think that's good news for us. So,
Thank you, Martha.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, we'll
We
keep you up to
really
date
appreciate-
with what's going
Appreciate
on.
all the work that you're doing on that.
And we'll just watch. I do understand that there's some other issues going on with some other clubs. I don't know what those issues are. I'm not privy to them, and I'm just hoping that these were issues that we, our club, really caused because of the way they were filed. And that was inadvertently done. And so we're moving forward and making a commitment to the IRS, and we won't do it again.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. If there's no other comments, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
You have to.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
I.
Thank you for the training.
Yeah, second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very well, thank you. And welcome.
And don't hesitate to ever send a check.